Ladies and gentlemen, today is a wonderful day, man. Listen, I got home from work, right, and I was like, man, I'm about to have the marathon, the binge of a lifetime. I don't even know if I'm gonna sleep tonight. I have to wake up early to go back to work tomorrow, but I don't care. I'm about to go on a huge binge, man, because listen to me. I just watched the episode, and oh, man, was it good. It was glorious. But, ladies and gentlemen, my boy Khan just got to episode 312, and oh man, dude, I can't wait to watch that. On his Facebook group, he said that that is his favorite arc that he's ever seen so far. So can't wait to see that reaction. I'm definitely gonna watch as much as I can of it tonight, and then I'll probably finish it tomorrow whenever I get home. But man, dude, it's just a glorious day, a wonderful day to be a fan of the one, the only One Piece. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me, man. This week's episode of One Piece, dude. Every scene with Luffy, Wanda, and Carrot looked like they took it directly out of a film. It was so good. Like, just the way, like, I'll give you a quick example. Whenever they were going to whenever Carrot was on the way to rescue Luffy, whenever Luffy was inside of the river, and he, or I should say, whenever the rain eruption came down, and he was being taken away, every single shot that, like, Carrot going in there, trying to get him, every single, like, face shot, or just, like, they just captured the overall atmosphere of behind them, it was amazing. I was like, dude, this, and God, that, whenever, well, let me just start from the beginning. One Piece episode 755, Garuchu! The Straw Hats are reunited. Before I get to anything else, Nami Squad! I was so happy to see her. I was so happy. Look, I lost it when I saw her. But regardless of that, this week's episode covers chapter 806 in its entirety of the One Piece manga. Now, you guys are lucky because next week, as far as I'm concerned, there's still a One Piece episode. And in the manga, we went on break after this chapter. So can you imagine the end of this week's episode with how well they did in the anime? Because in the anime, right there at the end, they really hit it home. When the music stopped, and you saw Nami, like, right there onto Luffy, and you didn't see either of their faces. All you saw was, like, everyone else's expressions, like, oh snap, like, oh, what's going on here? And then you see her tears. The way the tears came out was beautifully animated as well. And it's just, Sanji is to be continued. But you guys get an episode next week. We had to wait. Like, Sanji's what? Like, seriously, yo. I was going crazy. Another note for that scene, when I saw Chopper jump into Usopp's arms, I had, like, this biggest grin on my face, man. I was like, yo, I love it, because to me, Luffy, Usopp, and Chopper, that's the comedy trio. And then you add Nami in there, that's like the quartet, because Nami just beats them up whenever they piss them off, right? So that's like the perfect comedy group for me, and across all the arcs they've been in so far. Those guys kill me every time. But when it comes to the beginning half of the episode that I wanted to discuss with Luffy, Wanda, and Carrot, every single scene with them was amazing. From the moment that, just as soon as we found out that the rain eruption is actually just Zoe or Zunisha, just getting water and pouring it onto itself. But when Wanda was explaining why that was so important to them and to their culture and to Zoe and how everything works, and we got to see all those shots with that amazing adventure soundtrack. We got to see all those shots of everywhere around Zoe and just dude, it was great. It was wonderful. It really gave me a lot of Skypiea vibes when we were first going through Skypiea and seeing, everything of how the world works. It gave me vibes to when I first time I saw Water 7. I was so interested in how that worked. But they really digging home. And just like I said in last week's episode video, I can't stress this enough. The atmosphere that they have with the color palette in the sky, and how that reflected off all the water that we saw carrying on. Like that one scene that was done really, really well in this week's episode, whenever the water was coming down, you saw everyone, trying to escape, trying to do whatever. That entire sequence was incredible. But whenever everything settled down and you actually got to see the way that because it's kind of like a sunset up there, right? And the way that it reflects off the water, it made everything just look so beautiful and so amazing. Which is why that scene that I was talking about earlier with Carrot attempting to go get Luffy, all of that looked amazing. and was really well beautiful looking too. I mean, sometimes in the One Piece anime, you whenever like, you get like a close up on their faces, it seems, especially like in like the latest portions, like sometimes like in Fishman Island or in Punk Hazard, Dressrosa, it has become a thing. But in this week's, honestly, in Zou thus far, they have been really, really good at keeping the faces equivalent to the way that they were in the manga. And in very, very important and awesome points as well, because Toei, you always have to cut them some slack because of all the specials that they always have to work on and all these films, that their budget has to go to that. So, of course, they send their best staff to do that, and then they have to do this. But you can already tell the amount of how much they're putting into Zou so far, and I definitely do appreciate it. It looks wonderful. It feels amazing. It feels exactly how it does in the manga. I mean, honestly, this is giving me like those vibes that this could be an arc as good as it was in the manga. And for me, who loves the One Piece manga so much, that I have it so much higher. Well, not really that much higher over the anime, because I do love the anime as well. But the One Piece manga has always been something very special to me. But when it comes to the anime so far for Zou, they've been doing a great job. And that first half, everything that had to do with Wanda, Luffy and Carrot, it was just great. Once again, that explanation point where you just get to see everything on Zou, really beautiful stuff, and looked absolutely great. Whenever we cut back from the transitions, which this week was Usopp and Robin's, I love theirs. Robin's is so cool because you get to see the Poneglyph, and you get to see the little the globe that has like all the moons, the one with the 6 moons on it, and it's really cool. And I really do dig whenever that one comes on the screen. It's really pleasing to the eyes. There was one particular comedy sequence that was absolutely killing me, man, and that's whenever Usopp was basically whenever they popped up whenever Law used shambles, and they popped up in front of Wanda, Luffy, and Carrot, and Usopp was carrying freaking Zoro's hand, and he even put him to get his sword, and he was talking for him, and then at one point he said, I think it was like Onigiriya. Oh yeah, Onigiriya. And then Zoro just randomly was like, Ria. Like what? Like, if you're gonna say it, at least say it the right way. Like Onigiri, not Ria. And that caught me off guard. That was really funny. I didn't remember that. From the manga. That was absolutely hilarious and great. Usopp had me dying this episode. The first one was with the with whenever he saw the Carrot bit Luffy, and I was like, oh! And then you see Robin's thing is like, oh, cannibalism. And I was like, oh, I gotta love Robin's dark humor. But that was great. And of course we get to see their hideout, and first of all, like whenever you first get there, you're like, holy crap, this place is well defended. And like you see like the shadow over like the minks, like, oh snap, what did they just get into, right? And then the gates open, you see like this huge party that's going on. Chopper, he comes up to Nami, because Nami's sleeping on a goat, because she is goat, you know what I'm saying? It fits, man, it fits, that's our bit. So Nami wakes up. I honestly thought that the dress, because the thing is, in the manga, I thought the dress was black, and it just always stuck with me like that. And then whenever I watched the opening, I saw that it was purple. I was like, But now that I'm actually seeing it in animated form, the purple dress looks absolutely beautiful, looks wonderful. Whenever I got Sierra come up, I was like, yes, Nami's one. So that was wonderful for me. It's just really good and really awesome just to have most of the Straw Hats back together. But then of course we get to the end of the episode, where we get that incredible scene, man. I'm telling you guys are lucky that you get an episode next week, man, because I'm telling you, we were going insane. Sanji is what? And God, they did that scene so well. First of all, got you. The Luffy kept repeating that was great, but just the overall thing of Nami going up to Luffy, and when everything stopped, I'm talking about music stopped, and the thing went white, kind of like very reminiscent to whenever Robin and Blueno passed each other in Water 7, and it's CP9, and it's just white, and there's nothing, and then that's when the soundtrack hits after that, and you're just like, whoa, like what just happened there? That was like one of those moments. Like had I been watching it for the first time in the anime, I'm like, holy crap, what just happened here? Because see, Nami just dives in, and then you see that it just goes white. no sound, no nothing. They did it great, and then it shows everyone's expressions, towards it. Like, oh snap, something's going on here. I especially love Zoro's. Zoro's went from smiling when I first saw them, and he got extremely serious. I was like, oh, that's how you know it's serious, man. And it was great. Such a really, really well done episode this week. I would have to give it a great sauce. Absolutely a great sauce. They have been doing a wonderful job with the Zou anime thus far. And, or with the Zou arc in the anime thus far, and dude, I'm telling you, man, if they keep this up, this might just like change the placement in my favorite arcs list for Zou. It really will. Like they've been doing a fantastic job, and I've been loving it a lot, man. That sequence still sticks in my head. If I were to pick out favorites, that sequence with Wanda explaining why the rain eruption is important to them, and just showing everything, like the whole world. And I was like, dude, man, this is the adventure aspect I love so much about One Piece. And it was great. The soundtrack was hitting all the notes. Luffy was getting excited. I was like, god, it was great. Then of course the other one with Nami and Chopper again, and that final scene, it was absolutely wonderful, man. But I would love to know everyone's thoughts. What did you guys think about this episode, man? This week's episode of One Piece truly hit it. It hit all the right notes, and next week's gonna be just as fire. I watched the preview. I'm not gonna spoil it for anyone who has not watched the preview, but for the very first scene in that preview, I jumped up, I took a screenshot. I was like, "That's my boy! You see the." I can't wait. Next week's episode is gonna be awesome sauce. I cannot. Oh man, I forgot to cover one thing. Going back to the Luffy, Wanda, and Carrot stuff. They handled the anime. Listen to me. The anime handled that mini flashback very well. Very well, dude. I'm talking about that mini flashback was wonderful. And then when you get out of it and you see Wanda crying, you're like, what the hell happened here? Like, seriously, what in the world happened here? And the way that it was whenever they passed through that, and then you get to see the flashback, and at the end you see Wanda's tears, and you're just thinking to yourself, man, just truly, what happened here? And that was the same exact thing that I received whenever I read that, when I was reading those panels in the manga. So once again, Toei, fantastic job on this week's episode. I absolutely loved it. It's going to be one of those episodes where I just have to rewatch it again. But for right now, man, I'm going to let you guys go. Leave me your thumbs down below what you guys about the episode, your favorite moments, favorite parts. And guys, I can't wait for next week. But for right now, as soon as I stop recording this, I'm going to put it right here to upload. And I'm going to watch some Uzumaki Con awesome sauce, man. I got, dude, he just finished in his lobby. We're in there. You guys have been awesome for day, man. One